Hi everyone! Welcome to Masala Tea Spill.
Hansika Motwani is officially divorced. And honestly, I'm not surprised. Not even a little bit. Because when you look at how this whole thing started, the only surprising thing is that anyone thought it would last. The divorce happened at Bandra Court. By 2004, they were already living separately. And now in 2025, it's done. Final. Official. No alimony. No maintenance. Both are financially independent. No kids. Reportedly mutual. Sounds very clean and civilized, right? But here's my problem with the word mutual. Mutual sounds like two mature adults who simply grew apart, like a soft landing. But when you know the full backstory of how this relationship even began, the word mutual starts to feel like the most carefully chosen PR word of the year. Because let's go back to the beginning. And I mean the actual beginning. Sohail's first wife, Rinki Bajaj, was Hansika's close friend, her best friend. Hansika attended their wedding, sat there, celebrated with them. And then, while Sohail was still married, the affair reportedly began. Rinki found out, caught them, and ended the marriage. Now I want you to really sit with that for a second. This is not a situation where two single people fell in love unexpectedly. This is a situation where a husband, at the very beginning of his marriage, was pursuing the woman his wife trusted most in the world. And my honest opinion? That is one of the most cowardly things a person can do. Not just the cheating, but choosing your wife's best friend specifically. That's not an accident. That's a deliberate choice to betray two people with one move. And then, because apparently subtlety wasn't on the menu, they made an entire wedding documentary series about it, sold it on OTT, let the world watch. And I watched it. And here's what I noticed. Sohail was trying incredibly hard to get Hansika's family to like him. Like, uncomfortable levels of hard. The kind of effort that doesn't look like love. It looks like someone who desperately needs to be validated by people who clearly don't fully trust him yet. And Hansika's family? There was this very visible air of, we are doing you a favor by accepting you. My opinion? That dynamic alone was a red flag. When a relationship starts with one person constantly seeking approval from the other's family, that's not a partnership. That's an audition that never ends. And that exhausting dynamic, it will crack eventually. It always does. But here's the part that genuinely bothers me the most. Hansika is not a naive girl. She is talented, successful, financially independent, and clearly intelligent. She built a career across Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, and Kannada films. Her fan base is massive. Her brand value is real. When all of this was happening, she was around 28 or 29, prime of her life, moving in some of the most powerful circles in the entertainment industry. So I genuinely want to ask, what was the desperation about? Because I think that's the real conversation nobody wants to have. Not about cheating, not about karma, but about why incredibly successful women who have everything going for them, sometimes make choices that actively work against themselves. And my honest take, I think it comes down to validation, the feeling of being chosen, especially by someone who chose you over someone else. It can feel like proof that you are special, that you are worth it. But here's the thing nobody tells you. Being chosen by someone who betrayed another person for you is not a compliment, it's a warning. And let me be very clear about one thing. The majority of the blame sits with Sohail, 100%. A married person who cheats is making a conscious, disgusting choice. His first marriage was also a love marriage. They had been together since college. And still, the moment something more exciting came along, he moved on without looking back. And this is the part I really need people to hear. If someone leaves their partner for you, what exactly makes you think you are immune to the same thing happening to you? You are not the exception. You are just the current chapter. The pattern doesn't change just because the person changed. Sohail's video diaries from his first wedding and from his wedding with Hansika sound almost identical. Same words, same promises, different woman. That should tell you everything. And look, this isn't just a Hansika and Sohail problem. This same pattern keeps repeating itself in Bollywood circles. And honestly, I'm tired of acting like it's just gossip. It's a pattern worth talking about. Take Aadar Jain and Alekha. Aadar was with Tara Sutaria. Alekha was close to both of them. And then, without Tara knowing, an affair started between her boyfriend and her close friend. Tara was dumped. Found out shortly after that, these two were already engaged and rushing toward a wedding. And then, at their own wedding, Aadar gave a speech calling Tara and everyone before Alekha just time pass, standing at his wedding, mic in hand, publicly humiliating his ex to make his new wife feel special. My opinion? That is not romance. That is one of the most immature, disrespectful things I have ever seen someone do at what is supposed to be a celebration of love. You don't build someone up by tearing someone else down. And if you feel the need to, that says a lot more about your own guilt than it does about your ex. And of course, his fans will say, oh, he was young, maybe immature. He is 31 years old. But okay, let's take the immaturity argument seriously for a second. If Alekha was always the one, if this was always a childhood love story waiting to happen, then why date Tara at all? Why spend years of her life with her? Why let her fall in love with you? You can't claim it was always real love and also claim you just fell into it accidentally. Pick one. And here is the reminder I want to leave with everyone listening. If your partner publicly shames their ex, calls them time pass, disrespects them to make you feel chosen, just know you are one bad breakup away from being that story. The way someone talks about the people they have loved before tells you exactly how they will talk about you when you're gone. And stepping back from all of this, I want to say something that I think gets lost in all the drama. None of these people are villains in a movie. They are real people making real mistakes. Painful, avoidable, sometimes genuinely stupid mistakes, but human ones. What frustrates me is not the mistakes themselves. It's the performance around the mistakes. The OTT wedding series, the carefully worded love story, the video diaries that sound scripted, the wedding speeches designed for applause. When you have done something that hurts someone, the least you can do is own it quietly. Build your new life without making content out of it. Instead, what we see is hurt someone, then sell the love story to a streaming platform. And audiences are not blind. They see it, they remember it. And eventually, the internet always brings receipts. So here we are. Hansika's divorce is official. The wedding series is still on OTT. The video diaries are still on the internet. And none of it ages particularly well now. Was it karma? Maybe. Or maybe it was just the inevitable result of building something on a foundation that was already broken before it even started. Either way, I hope everyone involved finds something genuine on the other side of this. And I hope anyone watching this remembers one thing. You are never so special that the rules of basic human decency don't apply to you. Not Hansika, not Sohel, not Adar, not anyone. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I genuinely want to know what you think about these kinds of situations. Where does your sympathy lie? Subscribe if you want more unfiltered conversation.
And thank you for watching, girlies.